Welcome, Exile! Today, we're diving into Path of Exile 2, the long-awaited sequel that's already shaping up to be a game-changer for action RPG fans. If you're new here, don't worry, we've got you covered. This dark, gritty world is packed with epic loot, terrifying enemies, and endless ways to build your character. But hey, let's be real. With all the classes, skill trees, and crazy mechanics, it's easy to feel overwhelmed at first. That's why in this video, we're focusing on the best beginner-friendly classes to help you conquer Rayclast without breaking a sweat. Now, Path of Exile 2 is all about choice and creativity, but some classes are way easier to pick up if you're just starting out. We'll talk about which ones will let you focus on smashing monsters and grabbing loot while you learn the ropes. Whether you're here to cast spells, swing swords, or just blow everything up, there's a class that's perfect for easing you into the chaos. So grab your health potions and let's get started. I'm quickly moving on to the video, and I'm ranking classes in Path of Exile 2. The Sorceress. Easily one of the flashiest classes in Path of Exile 2, but let me warn you right off the bat, she's as fragile as glass in a world full of hammers. If you're someone who enjoys raining down fire, ice, and lightning from the skies, she's your girl. But, and it's a big but, don't go thinking you're invincible because you just nuked a screen full of monsters. One slip up and you'll find yourself face-planting faster than you can say arcane. Now, for all my beginners out there, tread carefully. The Sorceress is not a class that holds your hand. She's more like that snarky professor who expects you to know quantum physics on day one. Without a solid grasp of the game's mechanics, like positioning, cooldown management, and when to book it, you'll feel the pain, literally. And let's face it, no one enjoys getting obliterated by a pack of skeleton archers because you didn't keep your distance. But here's the good news. If you're teaming up with friends, the Sorceress can be an absolute powerhouse. Her damage output is ridiculous. Think boss killer levels of strong. Plus, with her wide array of spells, you can customize your playstyle like crazy. Want to fry enemies with chain lightning? Done. Prefer freezing everything in sight? Go for it. She's a versatile machine of destruction when you have the right support around you. Solo players, though, listen up. Mastering the Sorceress requires some finesse. You'll need to balance her insane power with careful positioning and proper defenses. Learn the flow of her spells, manage her mana effectively, and most importantly, don't get greedy. If you can crack the code, the Sorceress becomes one of the most rewarding classes in Path of Exile 2. Trust me, there's no better feeling than watching your enemies evaporate under a well-timed meteor strike. Just don't forget to keep moving, or those same enemies will get their revenge. Picture this. You're in the thick of battle, arrows are flying, enemies are closing in, and you're armed not with a clunky bow, but with a sleek, deadly crossbow. Welcome to the life of the mercenary in Path of Exile 2. This isn't your typical ranged class. It's like the ranger's cooler, slightly chaotic sibling. The mercenary swaps out finesse for punchy, rapid-fire projectiles and a touch of tactical flair, making every encounter feel dynamic and fresh. Here's the deal with the crossbow. It's fast, it's powerful, and it's packed with variety. Whether you're raining down explosive bolts or piercing through entire mobs with armor-shredding shots, the mercenary is all about adapting to the chaos of the battlefield. But, yes, there's a but. It's got a reload mechanic. Yep, after a few shots, you'll need to pause, catch your breath, and reload. Sounds like a buzzkill, right? Not really. It adds this layer of strategy where you've got to pick your moments, which makes every shot count. The mercenary shines brightest when you're dealing with packs of enemies or setting up a clever trap with area of effect projectiles. Just be prepared for that reload moment, timing it wrong in the middle of a boss fight. Yeah, let's not talk about that. But master it and this class is a game changer, giving you the thrill of high-octane ranged combat with just enough risk to keep things exciting. Alright, let's talk about the Monk, because honestly, this class is like playing tag with enemies who don't even realize they're it. If you've ever wanted to feel like an acrobat weaving through chaos while keeping your enemies guessing, the Monk is your go-to. It's not about brute strength here, it's about brains, agility, and a splash of elemental flair that keeps things spicy. The Monk thrives on speed and finesse. Imagine zipping through the battlefield, landing precise hits, and vanishing before the enemies even process what just happened. That's the vibe. They're not built to tank hits, but who needs heavy armor when you can dodge like you're in a kung fu movie? Plus, those elemental effects on their attacks. Chef's kiss. It's like they're running a one-person fireworks show while dismantling enemy ranks. Now, here's the cool part. The Monk isn't just for veteran players who love a challenge. If you're new to the game, this class gives you a crash course in positioning and strategy without overwhelming you. It's forgiving enough to let you learn, but rewarding enough to make you feel like a genius when you nail that perfect attack and dodge combo. And as you get better, oh, the satisfaction of refining your speed and precision is unmatched. So whether you're a seasoned Path of Exile fan looking for a fresh way to flex your skills, or a newbie ready to dip your toes into the chaos, the Monk delivers. It's a class that keeps you on your toes, in the best way possible, and turns every fight into a tactical dance. Trust me, once you try it, you won't want to put it down. Alright, picture this. You're standing in the middle of a battlefield, enemies swarming all around, and instead of panicking, you're grinning like a maniac because you know you can take whatever they throw at you. That's the life of a warrior in Path of Exile 2. Seriously, this class is like the safety net of the game. It's perfect for anyone who just wants to jump in, smack some bad guys, and not worry too much about getting their teeth kicked in. Now, what makes the warrior so awesome? Well, for starters, it's built like a tank. Literally. This class is packed with passive skills that turn you into an unbreakable fortress on the front line. Whether you're tackling enemies solo or playing bodyguard to your squishier allies in multiplayer, you'll feel like an immovable object. And here's the kicker. Early on, the warrior's playstyle is super beginner-friendly. You don't need to stress over positioning or fancy combos. Just get in there, swing your weapon, and let your natural resilience soak up the hits. But hey, don't let that fool you into thinking warriors are all about defense. This class has some surprisingly fun offensive moves, and when you throw a shield into the mix, it's like having a built-in nope button for incoming damage. Oh, and let's not forget maces. There's something ridiculously satisfying about smashing enemies with a big, heavy weapon, right? It's like the warrior was tailor-made for players who want a mix of brute force and survivability. And here's where things get spicy. As you get deeper into the game and start mastering the mechanics, you can tweak your warrior build to crank up the damage output. Sure, you'll trade a little bit of that tanky durability, but trust me, the payoff is worth it. Imagine being a wrecking ball that still shrugs off most attacks. It's this flexibility that makes the warrior such a blast to play, whether you're exploring maps solo or leading your team to glory. Alright, let's talk about the Ranger, aka the distance dealer of Path of Exile 2. If you're the kind of player who loves the idea of weaving through enemies, firing off arrows like Legolas on a caffeine high, and keeping your health bar untouched, this class is absolutely for you. It's not just a rehash of the original Ranger from the first game though, it's a glow-up. Think of it as your favorite comfort food, but now with gourmet toppings. One of the coolest things about the Ranger is how smooth and precise it feels this time around. The refined control scheme is a total game changer, letting you aim and fire exactly where you want without feeling like you're wrestling with the mouse. Plus, it's just plain satisfying to mow down enemies from a safe distance, watching them drop before they even realize what's happening. That's the dream, right? But the real magic of the Ranger lies in their arsenal of arrows. This isn't just a point, shoot, repeat kind of deal. Each arrow type comes with unique damage effects and tactical options. You've got explosive arrows, poison-tipped ones, maybe even arrows that dance if you're feeling fancy. Picking the right arrows for the situation turns every encounter into a mini strategy session, and honestly, it's addictive. That said, to really unlock the Ranger's potential, you've got to invest some time in your setup. Gems that boost projectile count? Absolutely clutch. Smart ability combos? Essential. The Ranger rewards players who love fine-tuning their build for maximum carnage. If that sounds like your style, then this class is basically your spirit animal. Agile, lethal, and just a little bit flashy. Go ahead, unleash your inner sharpshooter. Alright, let's talk about one of the most underrated lifesavers in Path of Exile 2, the Witch. Seriously, if you're a new player and feeling a little intimidated by the overwhelming chaos this game throws at you, the Witch might just be your best friend. Why? Because she doesn't go into battle alone. Nope. She's got an army of minions at her beck and call, ready to take the hits and do the dirty work while you sit back and channel your inner evil mastermind. It's like playing on easy mode but still feeling like a total badass. Now, these minions aren't just there for show, they're incredibly practical. Think of them as your personal meat shields and attack squad rolled into one. They'll keep the enemies at bay, giving you time to strategize or just spam your spells from a safe distance. Whether it's skeletons, zombies, or spectral beasts, these loyal summons make solo play a breeze. You don't even need to call up your friends for backup. Your minions are the squad. And trust me, they're way less annoying than real teammates. But here's the kicker. the Witch isn't locked into just one playstyle. Sure, her minions are fantastic, but if you're feeling spicy, you can pivot her build towards devastating offensive spells. Lightning, fire, chaos, pick your flavor, and watch the screen explode with effects. This versatility means the Witch isn't just a beginner's class, she's a powerhouse for veterans who know how to tinker with builds. And let's be real, who doesn't love having options? So whether you're summoning a skeleton army to keep enemies at arm's length, or blasting bosses with a barrage of fireballs, the Witch can do it all. She's reliable, adaptable, and downright fun to play. If you're new to Path of Exile 2, or just want a class that keeps things fresh, give the Witch a shot. You might just find yourself cackling along with her. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.